This is our weekly newsletter today, Children's Chat, which comes out, like I said, each week. And there are three things that I think are important to share here. The first is the design, and that is meant for people when they open it to not read it. Like I might be the first person to go on a NewsWeaver case study and say we don't want people reading our newsletter. We want them to scan it to determine what to read, and that's why the layout is fairly plain and straightforward. Also because we want the photos to stand out more than anything because that's our staff. And so that leads me to our second item. It's people-focused. It's People magazine in the USA that's been so successful all these decades. People are interested in people. It's not Lean Six Sigma magazine. And so people here are interested in not so much in the features of various initiatives like with Lean, Kaizen. They're more interested in the benefits, such as how does this help everyone? How does this help staff? How does this help our patients? That's why they're here, because they care about people. They're in healthcare. And finally, we're making history. Our people are doing great things every day that make this a great hospital. So we want to capture that rather than just passively making announcements. And we're making history, and this is a historical record. And in the future, decades from now, someone may be writing a history of the hospital, and they'll be referring to this to see the complete history. And I can say that for a fact because that's what happened 10 years ago when someone wrote a book on our hospital for our 125th anniversary. This is the bottom portion of the newsletter. We link to information across the hospital, the healthcare system outside of our organization, anything newsworthy or announcements that are important to share with our staff. On the left-hand side, you can see these blue bars that prioritize the information into need to know, nice to know, and most popular stories. And on the far right-hand side are intranet-style links that appear in every issue to things that we know our staff are interested in, like employee discounts, how to nominate someone for a high five, outstanding service honor, and employee shuttle information. This, for those who don't have NewsWeaver, is the click map, which is probably my favorite feature. As soon as the newsletter goes out, we can see how many people are clicking on each element of the newsletter. But there's much more depth of data there. The numbers, as you can see, the numbers that are in red are the highest clicks, and the numbers in blue are the lowest. But if you click on the number itself, you see all the email addresses that are clicking on that element. And if you click on that email address, there's an activity button, and it shows for all the emails that have gone out on the NewsWeaver platform how many emails that individual has clicked on. I think one other thing I want to emphasize here, because we'll mention it later on, is the click-through rate and how that's computed. NewsWeaver computes the click-through rate by who clicked, meaning if you click on one item or a dozen items in the newsletter, it counts for the same, one click.